I'm Rose and I'm a Violet Guide. Welcome to Ask a Guide, a new weekly video series in which we invite you, members of our community, to pose a question to a guide in relation to any aspect of caring for a person in the last stages of life. Thank you for sending this question, which highlights some really important emotions which carers tell us that they commonly feel. And these emotions are often discussed in conversations between guides and carers who find it really hard to acknowledge that they are experiencing these emotions, and they find it even harder still to discuss this amongst their immediate family and friends. We know that the caring role is one that is a great privilege and certainly a wonderful gift to give to a person, particularly someone who's facing the end of their life. But we also know that this role can be difficult at times. So why do carers feel anger, frustration, and resentment? Well, firstly, at the beginning of this role, carers often step into the role in a time of great chaos, following a diagnosis of terminal illness or other medical event. It can be extremely difficult to navigate health systems and medical systems, understand the situation that the carer and the person facing the end of their life is in. What's the prognosis? How much time do they have? They know that there is that time limitation, and just trying to come to terms with that can lead to lots of frustration and feeling pretty angry. Why are we even in this position? This isn't fair. The person has had a good life, they've done lots of good things. Why are they even in this situation in the first place? Then there's trying to understand the situation more, trying to get the information that you need, trying to understand where to get help, who is in the community, how do you access services, all those sorts of things. It can lead to lots of frustration and can be really difficult. In stepping into the role as a carer, a person has to come to terms very quickly with understanding that the situation that they're in, and also understanding what the carer role entails. What is it that is okay to do and what's not okay? How do you advocate for a person who's facing the end of their life? How do you help them to understand what it is that matters most to them, and how do you help them achieve the things that they want to in the time that they have left? Then there's the next set of issues to be faced by the carer and the person at the end of life. How do you prepare for what's ahead? So it can be quite a difficult role, very suddenly stepping into trying to understand all these different aspects. Carers also set the bar very high. Our questioner says, how do you do anything and everything? And that says it all. Carers do set the bar high. They want to do the absolute very best they can for the person whom they love. They know they're limited by time, and they will do their absolute utmost to do what's best for the person facing the end of their life. Carers think of themselves last, if at all. They put their own needs aside. They may leave work. They become unavailable to friends. They miss out on social activities. They may miss out on an important promotion. They're often too tired to continue with sport and other activities that they might have done prior to stepping into the caring role. So that can be difficult. Carers think about themselves last, if at all, and they often don't attend to their own needs. Carers often tell us that they sometimes feel judged and they feel isolated And they sometimes feel that people don't really appreciate the full gamut of responsibilities that they have as a carer. People come and visit, they come and go, and then go back to work or to their own families or to their own lives. And it's the carer who's there 24 hours a day. People may not appreciate that the carer's been up half the night worrying about a particular thing or an upcoming medical appointment or how to get equipment or how to approach some difficult conversations that they know that they need to have with the person who's facing the end of their life. So all these things come together in a short period of time, and the carer, whilst coming to terms with all of those things, is also charged with the responsibilities of the day-to-day caring of the person who's at the end of their life. Well, I think as a guide, we often talk to people about the need to look after their own physical and emotional health. Thinking about the analogy of being on a plane, if anyone can remember what that experience is like, but we know that the advice is when the oxygen mask drops to put your own mask on first before you try and help others. And that's something that we remind carers, that even though they feel that every moment of every day needs to be geared towards the person whom they're caring for, they will do a much better job if they are actually in good health, rested and well nourished, and both physically and emotionally, before they attend to the responsibilities of being a carer. So we encourage carers to do some self-care. Perhaps getting enough rest, taking a break, maybe asking for some help. We also know that this is a really difficult thing to do. Carers find it hard to reach out to people to ask for help. But we know also that people in the circle around the person at the end of life, they sometimes find it really difficult as well to offer help because they're not sure how to do this. They don't want to seem to be invading someone's privacy or getting in the way or those sorts of things, so that they will be reluctant to step in, but they really often do want to help. So we encourage carers to ask for help, maybe asking someone to do a specific task, maybe asking them to come and sit with the person whom they're caring for half an hour while they go and have a walk around the block or read a book or have a swim, go and have a haircut, sit in the garden, do something. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate, but just something for themselves so they can actually just break that cycle of kind of never-ending pressure to do another chore. So we suggest to carers that they look after themselves, attend to their physical and emotional needs, ask for help. We also encourage carers to talk to someone outside their immediate circle of friends and family. Carers tell us that they find it quite invigorating to be able to talk about things that they find difficult to acknowledge, like feelings of anger and resentment that can arise. Talking to a Violet guide or another person outside their immediate circle can be a real relief and can give the person a little more energy when they walk back into the caring environment. So, in summary, the caring experience is something that is a wonderful thing to do. I'm sure that you're doing a great job as a carer, but please don't forget about yourself. And remember to ask for help and to look after yourself and reach for that oxygen mask before you continue in the role as a carer. Thanks for a great question this week, and I look forward to talking with you more in this series, and I'm sure we'll have lots of interesting questions from members in our community.